Joe Madden's Rays have hit a rough patch in the 2010 campaign. But today, Tampa Bay turns to Matt Garza, who looks to get the team and himself back on the winning track. The series finale versus Adrian Gonzalez and the San Diego Padres starts now on Sun Sports. Welcome to Day Baseball at Tropicana Field. The wrap-up game of the series, Interleague Baseball, as the Tampa Bay Rays play host to the San Diego Padres. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an afternoon of Rays Baseball. With Kevin Kennedy, I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis throughout the afternoon as well. It has been a tough series here for the Rays. They've dropped a couple of one-run games to the Padres. And so San Diego up by 2.5 in the National League West. That number 3 guy in their lineup, Adrian Gonzalez, has anything and everything to do with that.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most underrated players on a national scale in Major League Baseball. Not in San Diego. They know all about him. That's where he's from. This guy's one of the best hitters in baseball. He goes the other way. He uses the field. He's got power. No ballpark holds him in Petco Ballpark when he hits it out of anywhere. And that park is very tough to hit it out. He hit one out last night to dead center field. In this series, he's 4 for 8. In the month of June, he's hitting .429. Oh, and for good measure, he's only made 3 errors this year. He's a Gold Glove caliber first baseman with excellent hands, and he also likes to throw the ball on that typical 3-6-3 double play.
Yeah, he will be in the lineup here this afternoon. If there's any good news, it's that he's going to DH, so he will not be at first base. He is very good over there, as you point out. Now the Rays, 2.5 games back of the Yankees in the AL East, hoping that Matt Garza can turn it around here this afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of talk in the pregame show about Matt and getting back to basics, getting back to good mechanics. As Brian Anderson said, if you watch that, it's really about getting over that front leg and, as he said, getting that downward plane going right down through his target, not getting rotational with the deliveries. You see his first 8 or 9 starts, how good he did. There's no question about that. All the starters did, as a matter of fact, the first 6 weeks of the season. But since that time, the ERA is over 7. So Matt Garza's got to get back to what Matt Garza does best, and that's pound the strike zone.
And today's matchup, Matt Garza with a mark of 7-5 for the Rays. They'll be facing a young left-hander, Wade LeBlanc, just 25 years old. His record coming in 4-4, 13th start for LeBlanc on the year. The Yankees and the Red Sox do not play today. The Rays with a win could pick up some ground. Good finish today, only 2 back of New York, but they're going to need a win over the Padres.
The field, we're getting ready for a little Rays baseball against the San Diego Padres. Game 3 of the series. Game 3 of the homestand. Arizona in town beginning tomorrow for a weekend series. Rays trying to win today behind Matt Garza. At the beginning of the year, Garza was on top of the mountain, leading the American League in wins and near the top in ERA. But since then, he has fallen off. And now he says in our Geico quote of the day is you look at what he did in his last start against the Florida Marlins and ending in a third, 7 earned runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, a couple of strikeouts. He feels like he is at the low point of his career. At least that's what he said after the game in South Florida. Now it's time to climb back on top of that mountain.
Just get back to the basics right from scratch, straight from the beginning. You know, that's all there is to it. Just got to get back to, you know, step one. You know, there's no, you know, I can't start a streak or can't find a groove without, you know, starting somewhere. So that's what I'm saying, is get back to the bottom, get back to the basics, and start going after it.
That really prepares a lot, and I know he looks at the scouting report a lot, and it's all really good stuff. We do a nice job with it, but at some point, again, you got to pitch to your strength first. If you read the book by Coach Wooden back in the UCLA days, all he ever talked about was going to practice and practice what they did well, and then secondly, work on what the other team was good at. So I really like that approach with us too. I mean, we do a great job scouting. We are prepared. We think of, you know, we process a lot of information, but at the end of the day, you do what you do best first.
We are ready for baseball. The Padres and the Rays on a Thursday afternoon. 12:10 start. We're ready. Dwayne Stats, Kevin Kennedy with all the action next in high definition.
Toyota dealer. You can buy a car that compares itself to a Toyota, or you could just buy a Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, moving forward. By BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Welcome back to Tropicana Field, where the Rays and the Padres square off. Rays have dropped games of 2-1 and 5-4 to the Padres. They are 5-9 in interleague play this year. Bud Black's lineup. Tony Gwynn's going to be in the leadoff spot, followed by David Eckstein, and then Adrian Gonzalez, the DH. Nick Hundley is the catcher, followed by Chase Headley and Will Venable. Jerry Harrison Jr. hit 7th at short. Oscar Salazar is at first. Aaron Cunningham will bat 9th and play in left field.
The right-hander Matt Garza on the mound in this afternoon's contest. His starts, he's got 14 of those with 1 complete game, 7-5 record. ERA a little bit over 4. 73 strikeouts and a .260 overall batting average against. And behind Matt today, around the outfield left to right, Carl Crawford, B.J. Upton, and Sean Rodriguez gets to start in right field. Around the infield, Evan Longoria at third, Jason Bartlett at shortstop, and Reed Brignac at second. Carlos Pena at first base, and Kelly Shopik behind the plate. And this defensive alignment review is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
There's Joe Madden, his club 2.5 games behind the New York Yankees in the American League East. Rays running second. Boston also 2.5 back, but the Rays have 3 percentage points advantage over the Boston Red Sox. We mentioned the Yankees are not playing. The Red Sox are in action. They're in Colorado, and the Rays are hopeful that the former Ray, Jason Hamill, later on tonight can help his former teammate. He'll pitch against Daisuke Matsuzaka in that game. And there you see the American League East standings. The Rays at 42 and 29. They've played 2 fewer games than the Red Sox. And Matt Garza is set to go to work. Rays need a win. And Garza determined to rebound after his last outing, which was a very difficult one against the Florida Marlins. And here's Tony Gwynn Jr.'s step again. First pitch of this game, and it's a strike call. Gwynn hitting .228. He's been in the leadoff spot in all 3 games. One ball, one strike. Well, you look up and down the Padres lineup. They're 14th out of 16 teams in the National League and 13th in runs scored. And base hit into right. Rodriguez to cut it off, and they're going to hold Gwynn to a single. Soft humpback liner just inside the line.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Sean Rodriguez got to that ball quickly and threw a rocket shot back into second base there to Jason Bartlett. Good relay, fastball in. That's exactly where Matt was trying to go. Gwynn just got inside it, much like his dad used to do. Drops it into right field. Look at this play by Sean. Well, I'm telling you, that throw, he's got some kind of arm out there.
He does. I'll tell you, he's shown that at second base where you don't see an arm like that when he starts the long double play.
Well, I think Gwynn was actually thinking about it at first.
Yep.
Until he saw the way Sean Rodriguez closed on that ball.
So here's Eckstein, the runner at first. And the pitch is a strike. We have and will continue throughout the afternoon to experience some technical issues here with that side of our telecast. So we're going to have a little baseball and not a lot of the bells and whistles that we normally feature. So it'll be kind of a throwback telecast. And we ask you to bear with us, and we'll do the very best we can at televising a baseball game.
Do you ever think about that, going back to your first few games, the difference in graphics and all
it's
promotions and things?
Yeah. Yep. So there's a full screen of baseball right now.
Yeah, you got it.
0-1 the count to Eckstein. Chokes up on the bat, fouls the fastball. 0-2. Well, it seemed the other night for Garza against the Marlins that he had trouble commanding any number of his pitches. The fastball was not there, and it seemed the more trouble he encountered, the harder he tried to throw.
Yeah, and that's typical sometimes of Matt. He wants more power instead of less. Just take a deep breath and smooth out your mechanics.
Oh, that bat explodes. And the little foul ball up the right side. You talk about a broken bat.
Yeah, Matt goes and picks up one of the remnants of that bat right there. This ball did explode. It's a 90 fastball, but look at this. It's off the label right there. It's an implosion right there.
Well, there's some kindling to start the winter's fire.
Boy, you're not kidding. Kind of watching Matt just to see if he's, stays true and just kind of slows everything down and just smooths it out and goes right toward his target instead of trying to get more power and flying open.
And the pitch is fouled back. Still 2 strikes to Eckstein.
It's not any different than a hitter who just tries to overswing and pulls off the ball, and what happens, your swing becomes long. It's the same thing for a pitcher. When you're looking for more power and try to hump up and you fly open, the ball becomes flat. You actually don't have more power. It's less velocity and the ball ends up straightening out.
Yeah, 2 bad things happen: less command and less velocity.
That's right.
A little pop up. Shopik after it, and he makes the catch. That bat was along that first baseline. Shopik in foul territory, and the bat in fair territory, and Shopik able to avoid the bat.
That was a good breaking ball right there, and so far Matt looks much smoother out there, not really trying to overthrow or force the issue, just letting the ball work for him. Gets a big out there with Adrian Gonzalez coming up. Also, because he got ahead 0-2, that creates the pitch out count, and it stopped Tony Gwynn from running just in case. So getting ahead of the count will keep Gwynn or help keep Gwynn at first base anyway.
Well, here's Adrian Gonzalez. Look at his numbers for June. 429. And he fouls it the other way, out of play. Strike 1. Look at all of these categories where he leads the Padres, our Toyota trend. He leads them in average, home runs batted in, on base percentage, slugging percentage. And not shown there, let's see, with men on base. I mean,
well,
he's just
he's
an incredible
amazing
hitter.
He really is, and he's from San Diego. That's where he grew up. He's the #1 overall pick in the country at one point, and he came all the way back to San Diego, and that's one guy they should try to lock up long term. His contract runs through next year. But they got rid of Jake Peavy. This is one guy they should really keep somehow. Try to find a way. He's their franchise player.
And there's a strike, a breaking ball. 0-2.
Nice curveball. Nice fluid delivery.
Gonzalez, we saw all of his numbers, and he's hitting better against lefties than right-handers, and he's hitting over 300 against right-handed pitching. But his approach lends itself to that. Count still 2 strikes because of his ability to go the other way. And there you see the breakout lefty-righty, 330 against lefties.
Yeah, 330. It's because he does go the other way. The other thing is he just stays back. He doesn't jump with the ball. He's got a nice quiet setup. He just kind of rests the bat on his shoulder here for a second. And he'll lift it up as the pitcher gets ready, and he just got a very short stride.
Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Shopik though is not in time, in head first with a slide. Tony Gwynn, and that's his 13th stolen base of the year. 13 out of 16.
Well, I think he exchanged the strikeout on Gonzalez for the stolen base. That's a good slider right there. Matt Garza threw everything. He threw the fastball, the overhand curve, and got him with the slider. Big jump by Tony Gwynn. Not much of a chance, really, and that's Longoria taking the throw, of course, with the shift on.
So a man at second base, 2 gone, and here's Nick Hundley. Pitch is fouled out of play. So Hundley at 274 on the year. And 327 with men in scoring position. So he's put together some impressive numbers.
Yeah, he has. And a lot of these Padre hitters do. Their batting averages aren't that high, but they execute pretty well He played good situational baseball offensively.
He lifts the fly ball toward right. Sean Rodriguez waits and makes the catch. No runs, a hit, a man left. Bottom of the first coming. No score. Cast on Sun Sports is presented in beautiful HD by H.H. Gregg. Joe Madden puts his lineup together with B.J. Upton in the leadoff spot today. Carl Crawford will hit second, Evan Longoria third, then Carlos Pena. Willie Ibar in as the DH. Sean Rodriguez bats sixth, plays right field ahead of Kelly Shoffley, the catcher. Jason Bartlett hits eighth, and Reed Brignac at second, hits ninth.
Rays will face 25-year-old left-hander in Wade LeBlanc. He is not a hard thrower. He'll sink the ball. He's got a good curveball, an outstanding swing and miss changeup, and the Rays are used to seeing that with some of the lefties they've seen this year. 12 starts, 4-4, outstanding 2.88 earned run average. And he gives up some base hits, 283 batting average against, but he gets to that changeup count, he'll throw it.
Yeah, more hits allowed than innings pitched for the young lefty. And here's B.J. Upton. The pitch is a strike. B.J. hitting .231. .267 against lefties. But as you mentioned, this guy has a very good changeup.
You just saw the first one right there, about 11-mile-an-hour differential. The fastball about 85. Changeup you just saw 74.
And B.J. hits a high drive deep to left, cutting into the wall. Gone! Home run for B.J. Upton on a 1-1 pitch. B.J. puts the Rays out in front. Pitch lifted out of here beyond the fence and left, and the Rays strike early.
I think he doubled up on the changeup, I believe. I'd have to see that one more time, the grip. But either way, it was up and out over the plate. DJ didn't miss it, and those are reminiscent of the swings he had last night.
Carl Crawford takes a pitch inside. B.J.'s 7th home run of the year.
Yeah, it was indeed a changeup. It's kind of a three-fingered grip that he has. It's a 75-mile-an-hour changeup, and B.J. didn't miss it. Didn't get fooled by it at all.
Crawford fouls one back, and the count is 1-2. So Upton with a leadoff home run, the third of his career. The last one came the end of June last year against Toronto. Crawford hits it on the ground. Eckstein at second, and the toss is in time. One away. BJ's first home run since the 29th of May when he connected off John Danks.
You know, his last at bat yesterday, he got a slider that backed up, and he was upset at himself. He popped it up. It was a good swing to swing at. And if it didn't back up, I think he would have hit that one out. We talked about that last night.
Now Longoria puts down a bunt, and a very good one. He has himself a bunt single. Well, it's been a little bit of a struggle for Evan lately. His average has dropped under 300 at 298. And he decides, given the opportunity, he'll bunt his way aboard.
Hey, you know what? Why not? Get a knock, get something going, take what the opposition gives you. If they're going to play back at third base, do the unexpected. Put up a crooked number here in the first, offensively. A 2 or a 3 spot. It's good thinking.
So a base hit, 1 on, 1 out, a run already home.
I mean, what you've seen so far from LeBlanc, that's it. It's 85 to fastball, 74 curve, 75 changeup.
And he throws a strike to Pena.
And how many of these types of pitchers have the Rays seen this year already?
Yeah, I mean, too many, but
plenty.
You know, you think sooner or later things will come together, even against these kinds of pitchers. The Rays, you know, they'll hunt the fastball. They've run into a lot of off-speed stuff, and that's been problems. That's a time call. Field and Colbert granting time. Wade LeBlanc out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, went to school at the University of Alabama. One and one. Upton in the leadoff spot has given the Rays an early lead. Pena bounces it foul. 1 and 2.
Curveball right there. It's one of those guys you got to go the other way and make guys like Aaron Cunningham run. Aaron Cunningham in left, Tony Gwynn in center, Will Venable in right around the infield. Chase Sudley, Jerry Hairston Jr., David Eckstein, and Oscar Salazar at first base today. Nick Hundley behind the plate in this defensive alignment. Review is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less. Got to go the other way with this guy.
Evan has bunted his way aboard. Rays getting their first look at Wade LeBlanc. See, Evan, given the opportunity, will also run. Shift on for Pena, and there goes Longoria, and he's going to be safe. So Evan steals the base. Now 11 of 13.
Evan guessed right. He went first move. Big leg kick by LeBlanc. Hundley gets rid of it as quick as he can. And I like that Pena stayed right there. You see, Evan just does get his left hand in as the ball bounces. Had that ball not bounced, he probably would have been out. Quick release by Hundley. But Pena did the right thing as a hitter. Don't help the catcher. Stay in the box. Stay right there. Don't duck. Don't get out of the way and give him more room. And I think that's why Hundley bounced the ball. because of Carlos Pena staying right there.
Oh, and he fouls that one back. That pitch hovering up there.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's exactly what it did. It was hanging around a little too long. Carlos was able to almost double clutch on it. Oh, yeah. Like to have one of those again.
Yes, he would. Another 2-2 pitch about to be made. That's down. Full count.
That's an adjustment by LeBlanc because he hung one up there to Carlos in the off speed. He made sure he got it down and he bounced it. See what he does. 3-2. Does he go back to the curveball now?
Carlos with 46 runs batted in for the year. Second on the club to Longoria. He's the runner at second. And a wave and a miss. Pena out on strikes.
Went right back to the changeup. He will throw that to lefties. That's his out pitch. And he threw a good one. The bottom fell out of that one. Got to kind of expect that. He's not going to throw a fastball in a hitter's count. Just won't do it.
And here's Willie Ibar. Roller down to third. Headley with the pickup and the accurate throw to first. The Rays settled for the run on the leadoff home run by B.J. Upton. They also leave a man.
Rays having lost 9 out of their last 12, looking to turn things around. So Joe Madden is sporting a new look today, along with a few of the players. Chris Westmoreland and some of the guys were watching the Cardinals play the other day, and they said, hey, that's kind of a cool look with the old-style stirrups. So Evan Longoria, B.J. Upton, Sean Rodriguez, amongst the guys that are in the lineup today, going with the old-style stirrups, guys. Chris Westmoreland ordered them specially, and they came in today after he designed them. So far it's working out. The 2 hits for the Rays, the 2 guys wearing the stirrups. Back to you.
And a very good first inning for Matt Garza when he made 14 pitches, 13 of which were strikes.
And that pitch didn't miss by much. I like the old style.
Yeah, those are throwbacks to a lot of clubs. If you go back to the 40s and 50s and 60s, That's a foul back by Hundley, and the count is 1-1. And of course, Joe Madden, as Todd referenced them as kind of a takeoff on the Cardinals,
yep.
and they did with their colors.
Yep.
And Joe Madden became a Cardinal fan, really locked in on their 1964 team that won the pennant and beat the Yankees in the World Series.
Kenny Boyer.
And he became a Cardinal fan. And so I'm sure that he's getting a kick out of that look in Rays colors.
Yeah, you know, in 1982, I had a spring training right here in St. Petersburg with the Cardinals, and we had to show stripes. We had to show it right just like that. In fact, George Hendrick was our cleanup hitter.
Pitch is wide. 3-1 now to Headley.
I don't know if George would remember me. I was a young punt catcher, you know. I was down in the bullpen all day.
Yeah, you were doing the heavy lifting.
Well, Jim Cott was on our club, led the exercises. He was a kick. You worked with Jim, I believe, didn't you?
Yeah.
Great man.
3-1, and that's lifted back into left center field. Crawford's there, and he makes the catch. One away. Time for the day's poll question, brought to you by Autoway. If you need a car, truck, or van, who are you going to call? Autoway. 1-800-SHOP-AUTOWAY. Who do you think will be leading the American League East at the All-Star break? Right now, the Yankees have a 2.5-game lead on the Rays and the Red Sox. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rate supply. So who will it be? Will Venable. And that's a strike.
It's pretty apparent Matt through the first inning and the third here much more under control with his mechanics. Just from a mechanical standpoint, you can see him just slowing himself down and just being fluid and trying to hit the plate. Whatever happens, happens from there.
Ground ball toward the hole. It's short and just beneath Bartlett. That was going to be a very difficult play any way that it broke out. And Venable has a base hit.
Yeah, and you don't mind that. I mean, that's a good pitch by Matt. It's a ground ball. Max Venable is their home run guy and their strikeout guy. He'd probably end up, other than Gonzalez, he's the other guy that's the most dangerous with home run power. So that's a good pitch. Look at that action. Two-seam action running off the outside corner. And Matt just hit it in a good spot. Even, you're right, if Jason even picked that ball, he's got no play.
Venable at first. Here's Jerry Hairston Jr.
Venable's a base stealer also.
He has 13 of 16.
It's funny that the Padres hit home runs. I know you mentioned this last night during the broadcast. They hit 3 home runs, and they're not a home run team. Those home runs end up beating the Rays. They're a stolen base team, though. They're second in the National League with 64.
Pitch is high, a fastball. 1-0.
That guy will hit the home runs, though. Adrian.
You know, and the interesting thing, you look at their club and you'd say, well, boy, they're just tailored to their home park, which is more of a pitching and defense park.
Right.
Petco out in San Diego. But they play pretty well on the road as well. They're 18 and 13 on the road.
They are. They're good. You know what? They don't beat themselves. We haven't talked that much overall about their defense, but they're third in the National League in fielding percentage. They just make the plays.
Yeah, they made only 31 errors all year, and that includes the 2 they made last night.
Yep, that's right.
Inside. 3-0. Well, what it shows you, if you have good pitching and protect it with good defense, and then you play fundamentally solid baseball, you got a chance to be pretty good.
That's exactly right. And if you have execution type hitters that aren't thinking home run ball and swing and miss type hitters.
Runner goes. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. Stolen base for Venable, his 14th of the year. I've
always liked the 3-0 running count because you're taking people by surprise. A little bit lower throw, he might have had him. Good release though by Kelly. Got out of the chute quickly. Just a little bit high with the throw. But that 3-0 count always takes people by surprise, and that's why Venable took off. That's a good time to run.
And a pop up right side, drifting toward the stands, and Pena runs out of room. Full count on Hairston.
The other thing that Bud Black and the Padres did is they wanted to get some veteran guys like a David Eckstein in their organization and the Hairston brothers to complement some of the other younger guys, the Hundleys and Chase Headley, a couple of young guys through their system. David Eckstein, of course, been on a couple of World Championship clubs, and that never hurts. Yeah, that just knows how to play.
Well, I think guys like that can help guide the younger players. You know, as you know, a younger player gets to the big leagues and they know they have talent, but the reality is they're not quite sure where they're going to fit in as a major league player. And you get a guy like Eckstein, and you know they have 3 or 4 players on this club that can help those younger players identify where they are in the scheme of things and encourage them, make them a little better than they think they might be. They're the base hit that's going to score Venable. Hairston has driven in the run to tie the game.
That's what they do, a 240 hitter, but that's what the Padres do. They just situational hit as well as anybody. There's another veteran base hit right there that we're talking about. Well, you can see this ball's just up. If it's down, it's probably a ground ball. It's up and out over the plate, and Hairston just goes with it. He took exactly what Matt Garza gave him. That was a ball up and away. Didn't try to pull it. Took the RBI base hit. And he'll steal one also occasionally.
Oscar Salazar. There he goes, and the pitch is hit high and deep to left, and that's going to get out of here. So Salazar on the first pitch, with the runner going, hits one into the seats and left. And just like that, in the span of a couple pitches, the Padres have 3 runs and a 3-1 lead.
Man, when you're going good like San Diego is, every move that Bud Black makes, putting Salazar in the lineup to play first, works out. But you see that ball's up, and he missed location badly there, trying to go away. Look at this. That's actually in off the inside corner, but up. It's a fly ball pitch, and Salazar deposits it in left field.
Well, Salazar's 31 years old. He spent a lot of time in the minor leagues, but he has shown power in the minor leagues, and he's had a few major league stops sprinkled in. But well, you throw a pitch like that, right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher, loves the ball up, and that one on the inner part of the plate is hanging there.
Yeah, that was a hanging. I think that was a slider. Didn't do anything. No tilt to it. Got to forget about that now. Yeah, that's a slide. That's just a hanging slider, 83 miles an hour. Mistake pitch.
Aaron Cunningham. Pitch is a strike.
You know, I see enough Padre games out on the West Coast, and I tell you, this is reminiscent of what they do to everybody. I mean, teams kind of just, you think you got San Diego down, and they find a way to scrap and get a 3 spot on the board.
Fastball at 94 by Cunningham. Salazar's 2nd home run of the year for the Padres. A 2-run home run. And Cunningham is out on strikes. A couple of fastballs thrown right by him.
Well, Matt's just got to, let that roll off his back and just put some zeros up there now. It is what it is. He's got to deal through these tough times. It's a 2-run ball game. And that would be, if I were catching, that'd be the advice I'd have. His stuff is good. He just made a couple mistakes. That happens, and when you make a mistake in the big leagues, you get hurt.
Now the top of the order, Tony Gwynn Jr.
See, on that one, he really fell off to the left side. They really tried to force that one and carried it and saw the ball way out of the zone.
A 1-0 count. The fastball looped down the left side. Since that hanging slider, he's gone fastball, fastball, fastball.
Yeah, no fooling around with the 9-1 hitters in this lineup.
One and one. This one is a high fastball.
So you don't want to be too much power, so you don't want to go overthrow it. And that's what he did there. And see how he flew off to the left side of the mound and ball's up.
Exactly. Step by step, that's what happened in Miami.
Right, and that's what Brian Anderson was talking about in the pregame show as well.
Check swing, foul ball.
Same thing. He got a break there. That was a ball also. When of course, mad at himself. Should be 3-1. Jim Hickey knows it. We talked to Jim yesterday about some of the things we're talking about the last couple of days upstairs here.
Now it's Garza and Chopik trying to get together. Here, 2-2 to Gwynn. Ball. Foul ball, holds it at 2-2.
That was a good curve right there. Good over the top bite, 77 miles an hour. See him kind of pointing right there. I think he was telling himself, I got to get directional toward home plate. Drive right toward home plate. Stay tall. Over the front leg, right toward your target.
A popper into shallow left. Bartlett out from shortstop handles that one. And that'll take care of the Padres. They score 3 and lead 3-1. Here this afternoon, you can take advantage of all the summer fun with Summer Select 6-packs this year. Pick any 6 games and June, July, or August. Packs start at just $50. Call 888-FAN-RAISE or visit RaisBaseball.com. That's a great deal. The Summer Select 6-packs. Here's Sean Rodriguez. Strike one from the lefty, Wade LeBlanc. One and one. Two balls and a strike. LeBlanc finished last year in a strong fashion for the Padres, so they were very encouraged with him. This one is foul out of play. His last 6 starts of the year, he had posted an earned run average of 2. 4-4 with a 288 coming into play today. There's a line drive base hit right back into center field, and Sean Rodriguez has a leadoff single.
Good at bat by Sean. He tracked the ball pretty well to get the count in his favor. Fouled off a 3-1 pitch. Doubled up on a fastball, got a high one, and didn't try to pull it. 85 miles an hour, nice short stroke, went right with it. Drops it into center field.
So Rodriguez is at first base. Hey, so far so good, and we got to give Kevin Patterson, our producer, credit for this. He's very observant. All the guys with the stirrups and the stripes, they have base hits. Upton a home run, Longoria bunt single, Rodriguez with a base hit.
Well,
so perhaps that bodes very well for Kelly Shopik. Let's see.
Well done, Kevin. I think before the game's over, everybody's going to be doing that, pulling those long pants up, let the stripe show.
Hey, that's why Kevin's the producer around here.
Oh, yeah, that's great observation right there.
1-0 the count to Shopik.
Could be a good bench coach doing that kind of stuff.
That's right. Well,
can you steal signs, Kevin?
We got to find out what he did when he grew up playing. Did he catch or did he pitch? And if he caught, then he should be the manager.
I think, yeah, right. You're right.
Sean back in at first.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them out there that are managing.
Absolutely.
Caught.
Kelly, 222 for the year. He's always swung the bat very well throughout his career against lefties. LeBlanc keeping an eye on Rodriguez. LeBlanc made 9 starts last year for the Padres. Went 3-1 with a 369 earned run average. As we mentioned, finished strong. There goes the runner, and a base hit through the hole. Well, those stripes and stirrups are holding true. Rodriguez stops at second, and Shopik has a base hit.
Hey, whatever works. You know, ball players are superstitious. I'd be pulling them up myself. I'd be showing the stripes. That's 76 off the outside corner. Nice pass at the ball by Shopik right in the hole between third and short, and because Sean Rodriguez was on the move, he rounded hard like he was going to go to third, but elected to stay there at second base.
Here's Jason Bartlett. Jason at 233. Looks at the pitch upstairs. 1-0. Eckstein playing close to the bag, holding Rodriguez. Now he releases and the pitch is made, and it's lifted into center. Gwynn's going to be there to catch it. A tag, and Rodriguez going to try to go to third, and he will beat the throw. Managed to hang on to the bag as his momentum carried his body into foul territory beyond third. But a fly ball to center by Bartlett, and the Rays have men at first and third now.
Yeah, that was a pretty good throw by Tony Gwynn, too. Got good momentum behind the ball. Good quick transfer. One hops his third baseman there. Sean able to hold on to the bag with the left hand. I like that gamble because, you know, you're now at your third base with one out.
And it's a good time in the game early if you're going to do that kind of stuff.
You got to force the issue if you're the Rays right now, because it's just hasn't been happening for him offensively.
Reed Brenyak fouls it out of play.
Been pretty good in this spot. Runners in scoring position, 20 RBIs. Keep it off the ground if you can.
Fouls this one. Finds himself down. 0-2. The mid-80s fastball right there.
The way Nick Hundley jumped out of there on that pitch, I think he was going to throw a ball back to third base. I think there was a play on with he and his third baseman, Chase Headley, try to pick off Rodriguez, and I think Tom Foley saw that as well. It probably reminded him, careful on your secondary lead, because Headley's close enough to the bag at third where he can get there after the pitch.
One ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball. So the fastball's mid to low 80s. That change up about the mid 70s. That breaking ball was in the low 70s. Oh, and he hit him. Brenyak hit by the pitch, and that will load the bases. Got him on the right hand.
Well, you take that as far as with 2 strikes, you take the base, but this is a matter of where did it hit him. Looks like it got him on top of the right hand. Obviously not good for a right-handed thrower.
Ron Porterfield's going to come out to take a look at him.
Let alone swinging the bat. It's also his throwing hand, and that hopefully didn't get bone there. Checking to see, I'm sure, if there's any sharp pain reaction, and apparently there was none, so hopefully Reed's okay.
Ron's got that magic touch. He also apparently made it feel better.
He can feel where the fractures are, so I'm sure he said, no problem. Reed didn't drop to his knees, because if it's broken, that's what happens when you hit that spot. Yeah. So that's good news, at least right now.
Yeah, they're loaded for B.J. Upton. One out. B.J. takes a pitch outside, a fastball away.
Now, he had a changeup out of the ballpark, so interesting to see how LeBlanc attacks B.J. That was a first pitch fastball away.
B.J. started to go and could not check.
That's his first slider. He'll throw a few of them, so he didn't throw a changeup yet. He went fastball away, slider. Fooled him. Rays haven't seen that pitch yet today. Doesn't throw many of them, but occasionally.
B.J. hits it on the ground to short. Hairston, Eckstein, Salazar, and a 6-4-3 double play ends the threat. We're at the end of 2, 3-1 San Diego. the game today and all season long. Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run, televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Rays down by a couple as we go to the third, and they've made a couple defensive changes, and we'll try to get to the bottom of this. Sean Rodriguez moves from right field to left field, and Ben Zobrist is in the game, and he takes over in right. So Carl Crawford is out of this contest. David Eckstein leads it off. Pitch is a strike. Eckstein fouled out to Shopik his first time. Foul back. 0-2. Gonzalez followed by Hundley, the 2 and 3 hitters in this inning. Eckstein, fly ball to right. Here's Zobrist. Zobrist takes care of that.
Yeah, I thought at first when Joe Madden was talking to the umpires that it was going to be Brignac coming out to get iced up or something on the hand, but didn't notice anything with Carl. Usually when it's something like that, it's usually a leg problem, but grounded out to second his first his only at bat. Crawford did.
Adrian Gonzalez takes a strike. Garza struck him out with a slider, got ahead of him. 2 strikes and struck him out. Garza's strikes to non-strikes ratio very good right now, 32-9. Total of 41 pitches. One and one. You may have heard Garza with some of his comments in the pregame. It's just a starting over process for him right now.
Hey, it feels like he's at rock bottom.
Two balls and a strike. Well, there is that quality about this game.
Oh, yeah.
You can start, you have the greatest start in the world, and you're the second coming of Cy Young, and a bad outing or two, and you think, well, here I am at rock bottom. And a good pitch on Gonzalez as he rolls it to the right side, handled by Bartlett, who's on the second base side of the shift. So Gonzalez is out of there. Hey, read the St. Petersburg Time, the official newspaper of the Rays. You could win a suite for you, your friends, and your family to watch the Rays take on the New York Yankees August 1st. Entry forms available in the Sunday St. Petersburg Times through July 4th.
Well, you're right about that. This game will humble you in a hurry. Anybody that's put a uniform on knows that.
Ball to Nick Hundley, fastball away, 1-0. Garza didn't like the feel of that one and asked for another baseball.
Hey, even in the National League, Ubaldo Jimenez got humbled yesterday for the first time.
How about that? Give up 6 runs?
Yeah, unheard of. And yet they came back and beat the Red Sox.
Yeah, Giambi, a big blow. 2-0 the count. Giambi with a big shot of Jonathan Papelbon.
It's the spray charts right there that John Jaso's looking at. Defensive charts. Showing hitters' tendencies.
Foul out of play, right side, 2-1. And so the Rockies have knocked off the Red Sox a couple games, and they play tonight. The Yankees do not play.
I was actually watching that Yankee game last night, and Aaron Heilman was in to close, and he couldn't close it. He walked the first 2 hitters. The Yankees tied the game in the 9th, and of course Mariano Rivera comes in and puts a couple zeros up there. Granderson homered in the 10th, and that was that. Otherwise, the Yankees would have gone down a couple of times in Arizona.
A 2-2 count to Hundley. Base is empty. 2 outs are in the top of the 3rd.
Dontrelle Willis, by the way, did not fare well. He walked 7 yesterday for Arizona. Rays will not see him.
No, they have the Diamondbacks coming in starting tomorrow night. Wave and a miss. Slider takes care of the San Diego catcher. Bottom of the 3rd coming, 3-1 San Diego. Sign up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers strike out 10 hitters in a home game, log on to CaneStrikeoutContest.com and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Get to Kane's today.
Well, happy birthday's in order then, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. For an afternoon ball game.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
A nice pack on Trignac's wrist, hand, after being hit by a pitch.
Yep, that thing starts swelling up if you don't do that. That's a smart move right there.
There's Ben Zobrist batting for the first time in this game, and he takes a pitch wide. 1 ball, no strikes. On 1, Ben hitting out of the 2nd spot with the departure of Carl Crawford. One and 2. And Ben's got the stirrups going.
Well, should be getting a base hit here in a minute.
Yeah. 2 and 2. Well, Upton, Longoria, Rodriguez, Shopping have collected the 4 Rays hits, all showing that stripe in the stirrups. And a little piece of it stays alive with a foul ball.
Yeah, that's a change off the change right there. A little slower than his normal one. He will throw a couple of different variations of it. He will change speeds off the change up, and that's what that was. Tough pitch.
That's that cartoon Bugs Bunny change.
Yes,
up.
it is. Absolutely.
a fastball missed a little wide.
It's outside.
So it's a full count.
There's a changeup.
And Ben draws the walk. He did not offer at the change. And Evan Longoria is on his way to the plate. Well, the Rays had the bases loaded with one out in the second. A double play ball ended that threat. They got the leadoff home run from B.J. Upton, and now a leadoff walk in the third to Zobrist. Evan looks at a strike. Evan picking up a bunt single, his first bunt hit of the year. You just don't expect a lot of that from Evan, and neither did the Padres.
And now he's got Headley a little bit, a couple feet behind, even with the bag at third. Even where he's at though now, if Evan puts a good bunt down, not that he's going to do it now, but being the time run at the plate.
Well, Evan had come into this game 4 for his last 31.
Yeah.
So he saw an opportunity to bunt his way aboard. He did it.
He wants to find a gap this time. Yeah, you just got to be careful against LeBlanc coming out of your shoes. He's not going to give you anything over the heart of the plate. He's going to try to get you, entice you to a double play ball.
LeBlanc paying a lot of attention to Zobrist.
Well, when the Rays so far today have been on the move, they're guessing first move, and they've guessed right so far a couple of times.
And a big cut by Longoria. Down 0-2.
That was 81 miles an hour. They went in on him. Swung through it. Big swing right there.
Too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I know that Joe Madden talked about Evan just getting back to taking his walks and not expanding his zone. And you saw Hundley with that glove up. He wanted that fastball up because Evan has chased a few pitches out of the zone in this series.
And again, a check on Zobrist at first.
If they're not going to pitch you, you just got to let the next guy in the lineup do it.
A little tap, roller to third against beneath Headley and Hairston Jr. Zobrist will go to third. How about that? To set up a first and third. That ball would not come up for Headley and stayed down as it skipped past Hairston.
Yeah, big break for the Rays. Hairston got blocked out by Headley. I think that's why he missed it as well. Let's take a look. There's a ball off the outside corner. Definitely a ball. And Hairston was looking up because he thought Headley had it. Take a look at Headley now behind him. Ball goes under his gloves, but watch Hairston. You see that on the wide shot, you saw Hairston looking up. Hairston wasn't tracking the ball because he was looking. He thought Headley was going to pick it. That's why Hairston didn't get it. Take a look one more time from the wide shot what both guys were doing. Now take a look at Hairston right here. See, he's looking up. He thinks Headley's got it, and that's why he wasn't able to make a play.
Headley was looking for a hop that never came.
Yep.
And that's going to be a base hit for Longoria.
It's just a break the Rays need, too, but you got to capitalize on it now.
Carlos Pena, first and third. Pitch low, covered up by Hundley. No ball, no strikes.
But see, even that swing by Longoria, that's what Joe Madden was talking about. Take your walks. That ball was so far outside and down that, Evan chased it. He does get a base hit out of it, but he just got to get his zone back. They're not going to pitch to you. Take your walks.
Now, that's one of those seeing eye hits.
Yeah, and he'll take it, but like I said, just got to capitalize now.
Carlos Swings at a strike, and it's 1-1.
I think by taking that fastball, Carlos was sitting off speed, which is fine. But that tells me as a catcher, when a guy like Carlos takes a fastball right down the middle, he's looking for about a 74-mile-an-hour changeup.
Yeah, especially an 85-mile-per-hour fastball.
Right. That was a BP fastball.
So the Rays, aside from the home run by Upton, they've had other runners in scoring position now in each of the first 3 innings. The only run so far, Upton's home run. And a strike call, 1-2.
Curveball right there, so no changeup yet. That's what's tough about guessing. If you guess wrong, you put yourself in the hole on 2 hittable pitches. Now he's getting the fastball in.
Off the plate in, 2-2. Zobrist walked at the third when Longoria got one through the left side.
Contact here. Got to make contact. Don't leave it up to the next guy.
2-2, and he's out on strikes. So LeBlanc got what he wanted right there on a changeup, a strikeout. Let's go to Todd for an update on the Carl Crawford situation.
Yeah, we're just checking in on Crawford from the Rays clubhouse, and they are diagnosing it as a sore left shoulder, so a sore throwing shoulder. You see a little bit here on the hit by Venable as he's throwing the ball back in, and you'll notice a little bit of a grimace from Carl Crawford. So that's the update from the trainer's room. Sore left shoulder is why Crawford's out of the game, guys.
Not a leg.
There's Willie Ibar. Takes a pitch this time. Ibar went after the first pitch in the first and grounded out. Well, he hits with men on the corners. Is back in. LeBlanc keeping Longoria as close to first as he can, paying a lot of attention to him, trying to keep the double play in order. Two balls, no strikes.
A little cutter there, slider. He's worked on both.
Takes a strike, 2-1. LeBlanc is coming off a no decision his last time out against Baltimore. He gave up just a run on 7 hits and 6 2/3, and the Padres won that game 3-2. There's a shot down to third. Headley goes to Eckstein over to first, and they turn the double play for the second straight inning. Rays do not score through 3-1 San Diego. little break for that youngster right there. We'll check back with him later.
I don't know if it's too early or too late for him.
It looks like it's just the right time of day for him.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Yeah.
AT&T trivia question. Now, how many players have been inducted into the Hall of Fame as a San Diego Padre? Hall of Fame Padre question. Matt Garza has made 49 pitches through 3. He'll face Chase Headley, the third baseman, switch hitting third baseman. Pitch is down. Headley, Venable, and then Hairston. It's Jerry Hairston Jr. hit third. And a strike, 1-1. The Rays offensively have had some opportunities, but a couple of double play balls putting it into potential innings in the second and third. There's a touch for 3 runs in the second.
Yeah, it's frustrating. The strikeout is key. I mean, you can't wait for the next guy to do it. When it's first and third, nobody out, you've got to find a way to put him in play. At least get 1 run out of it.
2-2. Well, in the last 2 innings, you know, any kind of significant contact right there. Got a chance to get a run in each inning. Maybe more. Yeah,
well, you know, and I know that like Willie Ibar hit it hard, but you know, you got to be thinking situation too. First and third one out, you got to keep it off the ground. I don't care if you pop up, and I know, at least I know you're saying, you know what, I'm going to make it out. It's got to be in the air. You know, when you got first and third no out, you got to make contact.
Full count to Headley. Strike 3 called. He's out of there. Baseball on the corner. Guards his 4th of the day. 1 away in the 4th.
Take a look at Matt right here. A little bit off the outside corner. Good freeze by Shopik. He gets the call. Probably a little bit away, but too close to take. That's pretty close. See, that's the type of pitch I was talking about with Adrian Gonzalez. He'll swing at that and foul it off because he doesn't want to be rung up like that.
Will Venable. Pitch is a strike.
It's also a nice job by Shopik. He put a good freeze on it. Gave the umpire a good look out front. He didn't jerk it in. He just kind of froze it out there for him with a beat, and it was good enough to get the call.
There's a strike. 0-2. Breaking ball that time from Matt. Upstairs. Reached on the infield hit in the second inning. Stole second, scored on the base hit by Hairston Jr. That's when Salazar hit the 2-run home run. Bouncer right side this time. Yak with the toss. Venable is out of there. A little chop. Don't forget, fans, the Checkers Bullpen Cafe sold out for the 2010 season, but you still can call 888-FAN-RAYS or email group sales at raysbaseball.com, and you can make reservations for other 2010 party areas and luxury suites. But do it before it's too late, because the Checkers Bullpen Cafe is sold out. That's one of the reasons. Great hot dogs, great little area. You've got freedom of movement down there, and you're not that far from Bobby Ramos in the bullpen. Harry Hairston Jr. takes a pitch high.
You don't want to be too far from Bobby.
No.
There's always something good going on around Bobby.
And if he spies those dogs, he'll be after a couple of those, too. Line drive into left, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Rodriguez trying to gauge that one. Wasn't quite sure for a while, but Harrison has a line single into left field.
Yeah, that was a bullet right there by Hairston. A little bit of topspin, and Sean was able to pick it like an infielder that he is. Thing that didn't get by him. He did a nice job to keep it in front.
So Hairston's aboard for the second time, and here is Oscar Salazar. He takes a strike.
Matt's going to test him on hard stuff. He threw a hanging slider 83 miles an hour for the 2-run homer, so he's see if he goes right back to his fastball again.
That home run he hit off him in the second was his second home run of the year. His other home run was a pinch hit 3-run homer in the middle of May against Seattle.
Yeah, a couple of fastballs here early to get to 0-2 this time.
Outside. That home run pitch.
Yeah, just a slider up. Didn't break at all. Flat. Of course, he'll strike this guy out if he throws his good one right here. A normal good tilt, a good overhand slider.
Two and two.
That was a good one.
Three 5-0 for San Diego, 1-5-0 for the Rays. Tap foul. Another slider.
A couple of good sliders away. He might want to think about powering this guy up and in now.
Here it is, 2-2. Threw him a fastball, but that wound up high and away. So the count is full. That means Hairston Jr. will be off with the pitch. The pitch and a swing and a miss. He got him with a 3-2 slider. No runs a hit. The man left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 San Diego. The fourth. Let's get the answer to our trivia question brought to you by AT&T. How many players have been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame as San Diego Padres? The answer, 2. Dave Winfield, followed by Tony Gwynn. Gwynn really the longtime face of the franchise. He has his son playing center field. Tony Gwynn Jr. Sean Rodriguez takes the pitch for a ball.
Gaylord Perry, where'd he go in as? Remember?
Boy, they were.
He was around though a while. A lot of teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams. Used to see him with at those old timers games. High pop up, and Henley in from third makes the catch. Sean is out of there. Remember, you used to see him with the multi-team caps and jerseys.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Indians, long time of the Indians, the Giants.
Giants for sure in the 60s, absolutely.
Seattle. Kelly Shopping. Shopping has a base hit. It's outside. 1-0.
That little slider a few times now to the right-handed hitters last couple of innings. That was one right there.
Fly ball the other way, deep to right field. Venable back to the wall, leaps. That ball is high off the wall. Shopping's on his way to second with a double. Kelly Shopping almost got that one out of here to the opposite field. He picks up his second double of the season.
Yeah, nice job of staying on this ball. This is another off-speed pitch fading away from him. Didn't try to pull it. Well, that's a nice extension going the other way. Thought it might have had a chance to get out. So did Venable. Nice effort by Venable. Kelly rolls into second base with a double.
Jason Bartlett, again the Rays with a runner in scoring position. 1-0 the count. Pitch is down. 2 balls, no strikes. Over that one out in front of the changeup. 2-1 now.
That was a good changeup right there to Jason that he chased.
Ground ball to third. Henley up with it. And Salazar over at first had to go to the foul side to take the throw for the second out. Shopping remains at second base.
Got the Gaylord Perry update, Dwayne. Kevin just told me in my ear. 1991, he went into the Hall of Fame as a San Francisco Giant.
314 wins?
Yeah. I remember in the 60s, he was the number 2 guy behind Juan Marichal.
Reed Brignac. Out of play. Strike the count to Reed. Well, the Rays had been at first and third. And the third double play ball ended that. Had been first, third. Then eventually the bases loaded in the second, and a double play ended that. They left Longoria at second in the first after Upton opened the first with a home run, and now it's Chopik at second. Ribyak looks at strike two. Reed came into the game hitting .276 and .286 against lefties, but he's down to this one. Ribyak is out on strikes. A big cut and a miss. Changeup got him. Through four, still 3-1, San Diego. Heading this afternoon, time for the Keep Your Edge Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. How about this? The Rays sporting the stirrups, showing their stripes on those stirrups, and so far, the guys wearing those, 6 of 8. Keep your edge with Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. All they've got to do is start scoring runs while they're wearing those.
Yeah, they've been getting on base. Let's get the RBI stirrup.
Yeah. The hit stirrup's going. Well, to the 5th. Here at Cunningham will face Matt Garza. Cunningham, the number 9 hitter in the Padres lineup, bunts third base side, scooped by Longoria, and the throw gets him. Boy, that's nicely done by Longoria at third. That's the first out in the 5th, and here is Todd Callis.
Well, we've got a lot of Parks and Recs people here. We're going to make our way up 145, 147. Tampa Metro's in the house over here. Palm Harbor, the Astros Skate Center. We've got Winter Haven Pal right here. And we've got St. Petersburg represented in the yellow. Everybody's having a good time here in the outfield. They just want a few more Rays runs because they're ready to make some noise, as you can tell. Dwayne?
Yeah, they're poised and ready, I'll tell you. Now Tony Gwynn Jr. He takes a curveball to open the at-bat. That's in there for a strike.
No, there's Todd again among the people.
Always. You never know if they're cheering for runs or just cheering for him.
I think they were cheering for him, a lot of it.
Yep.
And still doing it. Some high fives.
The fly ball short center. BJ got it. There he Gary Cederstrom out there to make the call. Ball had some slice on it, and Upton made the grab.
BJ got a good jump on that. Playing shallow anyway, but this one looked like it might drop in there. Picks it right off the ground. A nice play.
2 gone now. David Eckstein. Which is a strike. Ground ball. Bartlett is short. And it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. Bottom of the frame coming. Rays down 3-1. Home Depot doing more on defense, and BJ is doing that. Fine play on the sinking liner hit by Tony Gwynn. BJ's going to lead off the bottom of the 5th. We led off the 1st with a home run against Wade LeBlanc.
Well, 3rd time around the lineup now. They've got a pretty good read on what LeBlanc has. Seen everything. 85 fastball, curveball in the low 70s, changeup in the 70s, occasional slider. That's it. He's got to have that opposite field approach against this guy.
Pitch in there, a strike. Zobrist will follow, and then Longoria. He's homered and grounded into a double play. 2-1. Rays have 6 hits off LeBlanc. Giving up a walk, a couple of strikeouts, and 2 very big double play balls he's thrown. BJ lifts the fly ball short center, and Gwynn comes on to return the favor. Tony Gwynn, who was victimized by BJ's catch in the top of the inning, takes care of this pop fly off the bat of BJ to open the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, BJ got this off the end a little bit. Had a lot of hang time. Gwynn playing deep, tracks it, and his speed runs it down, similar to the catch that BJ just made against Tony Gwynn. It's a nice play.
One out, here's Ben Zobrist. A strike. We're talking about Gaylord Perry. The thing about the Padres, he did win a Cy Young Award with the Padres.
I remember that. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And became the first pitcher to win one in both leagues because he earned one with the Cleveland Indians and then won one with the Padres.
Well, when the trivia question came up, I remember him as a kid because I used to see Dodger Giant games. That's all you saw on TV in those days, local TV, and it was Gaylord Perry. It was Marshall always matched up against Sandy Koufax, and it was Gaylord Perry always matched up against Dreiser.
Yeah.
So I knew he had some of his best years there, but I remember him in San Diego, too.
What great pitching matchups those were.
I had gone to college in San Diego State.
There's a base hit for Zobrist back into center field. So Ben makes a big turn, and he's on for the second time since entering the game. Help send your favorite Rays player to the All-Star game this year by voting up to 25 times at RaysBaseball.com. Visit RaysBaseball.com, cast your ballot. Vote early and often. Vote today. RaysBaseball.com. You can vote until the 1st of July, so make sure you do vote often.
That's coming. We're a week away.
Longoria, 2 for 2 and a toss to first.
It's a nice quick swing by Ben Zobrist. Shoot it right back up the middle.
Again, the runners and the Rays with a runner on. They've had men on in every inning.
There's a good take by Evan. He really tracked that one, and I'm glad that the umpire didn't call that because that was definitely outside. He doesn't really have a strong left-handed pickoff move. Those throwovers are just to let the runners know, I know you're there.
Stays high. 2-0.
This will be an interesting pitch here, going to see if he goes with a changeup to Evan, or maybe even tries that slider he's been throwing to righties and try to surprise him. But either way, Evan's got to really zone him out. Just got to be in his wheelhouse.
And a liner into left. That's going to fall for a base hit. And to second goes Zobrist. Evan has his third hit of the day. Started with the bunt single. And he hits the soft liner into left.
Let's take a look. Another off-speed pitch. Evans looking for it. Goes out and gets it. It was a strike at the outside corner. But look at him go down and get it. Gets the back leg through. It's a nice line drive single to left. That's how you keep that pitch off the ground. You got to use your back leg. You got to go down and get through it to get some backspin on it and get it off the ground.
Carlos Pena will be the hitter. They put the shift on for him, and out of the shift, Eckstein trots in. Have a quick word with LeBlanc.
Now, Carlos, in 2 at-bats, he struck out twice. He's had some pitches to hit. And so far, I know he's been guessing and looking, and that's fine, but I think it might be even better off just looking for a good strike, because he's not going to get it by you with his fastball. It's different if this guy threw in the mid-90s.
Yeah, that fastball is mid-80s.
I mean, we saw in the first inning he was looking off speed. He got an 85 fastball and still fell straight back.
He takes a strike.
That's that little slide ball there. Got to try to get one pitch up a little bit in the zone. Well, it doesn't really matter what the pitch is, and just center it and knock it off the wall or over it. Get one in the Rays tank.
Pickoff play, instead no throw, a turn by LeBlanc as Hairston broke to the bag. Zobrist back in there without a problem.
That's the other thing at San Diego. They work on their pickoffs at second. They work on the catcher, throwing behind runners, pickoffs. They play just fundamental baseball. That's what they have to do. As worked out for him.
And a turn again, but no break by Hairston. And LeBlanc, who relies on a lot of deception and upsetting timing, is in no hurry out there.
No.
So he'll build the tension a little bit.
He's at his own pace, that's for sure.
It's wide. 1-1. Rays dropped the first game here on Tuesday night, 2-1. Dropped the 5-4 game last night. And they're down 3-1 in this one. And we're going to start to get some action in the bullpen for San Diego. And Carlos is out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That changeup puts him down on the count.
That's changing off the changeup that we talked about earlier. He's got a couple of different variations of speeds with it. Look at this one. 71 miles an hour. But when you start to see it low to begin with, you know it's going to drop down. That's why you got to just try to split on that. Take it. If it's up, yeah, you can have a pass at it. But when it starts low, you know it's going to, the bottom's going to fall out. Easier said than done, obviously.
And a ground ball. This is Hairston. He's going to have to take it to first out there. Zobrist goes to third, and Longoria up to second base. So 6-3 if you're scoring. The shortstop handling that one on the first base side of second. Edward Mojica throwing in the bullpen. There's another good arm in there.
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen him yet. He's got a big-time upside, Mojica.
So 2 men in scoring position. And Willie Ibar. Way high. 1 ball, no strikes. Ibar twice has hit the ball on the ground to third. And the third, that was the start of a double play. And he loops it towards short left. That's going to fall for a base hit. Zobrist has scored. Longoria will score, and this game is tied. He didn't hit it hard, but perfectly placed into left, dropping it in front of Cunningham, and the Rays finally break through. They put 2 up here on the base hit by Ibar, and the game is tied.
Well, he hit it like he threw it. He didn't get a lot on it. Well, cut in on him, but he dropped it in front of Cunningham, and that got the job done. Rays looking for a break, and they got one. But again, because Pena put it in play, that set the 2 runs up. That's the whole point about making contact. Carlos made an out, but he advanced 2 runners.
Now Sean Rodriguez swinging and missing. Pulled off the fastball right there at 85.
Yeah, those last couple of pitches to Ibar were those cutters, like 81 mile an hour fastballs that he's been throwing.
One and one. Rodriguez had a base hit, a line single in the center in the second inning.
There's a changeup.
That's low.
Good take.
Rays with a 2-run inning, and we have a tie ball game. Upstairs. Now Rodriguez ahead 3-1.
Pitch. Sean thought it was low. see Hundley pull it up to make it look even better. Fox Tracks liked it, but I don't blame Sean for taking that one. That was a little bit out of his wheelhouse on a 3-1. That was a ground ball pitch. Of course, now he has to protect with 2 strikes on him.
3-2. And he pops it up. To him a changeup 3-2. Salazar at first gloves it. So the Rays are finished in the 5th, but they score 2 to tie. 3-3 ball game. So 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Dodge Ram Trucks, award-winning Ram trucks, plus a new heavy-duty. Make it one of the most powerful lineups in Ram history. Back at Tropicana Field. A lot of youngsters in the ballpark today for this afternoon contest. So Matt Garza all even with San Diego. He'll face Adrian Gonzalez, Nick Hundley, and then Chase Headley. So far, Gonzalez 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out, serving as the designated hitter for the Padres today. Pitch is down, a ball and no strikes.
Well, this now becomes Matt's most important inning to keep the momentum on the Rays side. Now that we're all even, especially with Gonzalez to lead off here in the 6th, their best hitter.
So a pivotal hitter to be sure right here in the 6th. Pitch taken away. Fastball. The count is 2-0. Longoria moves back toward the middle now out of that shift. He was closer to the bag. And while doing that, he had repositioned Rodriguez a little bit in left.
Yeah, 2-0 count to say, hey, go ahead and bunt. That was a good pitch by Matt. Nice and under control. Painted the outside corner.
Throws the count to 2-1. Gonzalez came in hitting .315. He lifts it into short center. BJ's there and makes the catch. We did a little checking on Gonzalez, talking about how he approaches hitting, and you know he's not prone to taking called third strikes. Just interested in that. He struck out, including today, 53 times this year. He's been called out on strikes 7 times all year, and that tells you the kind of hitter he is.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that. Just talking to him the other day about that he just doesn't like that. I never looked his stats up. That's great information right there. But that tells you a lot. You know, and if I were catching, I would be wary of that. That's the kind of information I would want if I were still playing. That's interesting.
This reflects why he's such a good hitter.
It does.
Keeps at bats alive. Now Hundley grounds one to the right side, and Brignac from second throws him out.
You know, there's so much information out there that, you know, you can pick and choose what you like. I like that. See, that would tell me something as a catcher.
Sure does, yeah.
You know.
Just a reminder to look for Miller Lite Taste Greatness moments. Come up later in the game today. Right there's a pretty good moment in its own right.
Oh, an afternoon, absolutely.
Again, and that tray half full.
Well, busy finishing it. Yeah, you're not wasting any time.
Chase Headley. The pitch is a strike. Well, there's such common sense in the approach that Gonzalez takes, to the point of, you know, there is a little genius in common sense.
That's really what it is.
And that's his approach.
It is common sense. That was a nice, fluid, compact delivery, a nice curveball first pitch.
0-2 here to Headley.
Well, it's funny because I mentioned J.D. Drew the other night. I think I don't know the numbers. I haven't looked those up, but I bet you he's on the flip side. I bet
Absolutely.
you of his strikeouts, I bet you more than 50% are looking.
Yeah. And why leave it in somebody else's hands if you can control it yourself? And that's what Gonzalez does.
That's the point.
He controls the at bat himself.
It bothered me so much when I was managing and guys would strike out looking with men in scoring position, especially.
Ground ball right side. Brignac's there for this one. It's a 1-2-3 inning. The second straight for Garza. Bottom of inning 6 coming. The game tied 3-3. His first leadoff home run of the year. That gave the Rays an early lead, but the base hit by Jerry Harrison in the second chased home Will Venable, and then Oscar Salazar hit one into the seats to cap a 3-run second for the Padres. Stayed that way until the 5th, and Willie Ibar dropped a base hit into left, scoring Zobrist and Longoria. That tied the game, and that's the way we are as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Kelly Shopping, who has a couple hits today. And he swings, and it's a high fly ball back into left with some carry. Cunningham to the wall. Gone! Kelly Shopping hits his first home run in a Rays uniform, and it will give them a 4-3 lead. A towering home run that just kept going, and it carries out of here for Kelly Shopping.
You know, off the bat, I thought it was gone. Then I'm watching Cunningham, and I'm going, what's he doing? That ball's got to be out. He smoked that ball. I mean, that's a home run swing. He knows it. Kelly knows it immediately. That is a beautiful home run swing right there. And then Cunningham, I think he lost it, and he realized.
Here's Jason Bartlett. Pitch is a strike. So Shopik opens with a home run. First pitch here in the bottom of the 6th, and the Rays lead. That's their 10th hit.
Yeah, I like that, in swing mode first. Good for a mistake. If it's up, it doesn't matter what pitch it is. You can hit it out.
Bartlett fouls it into the stands and out again. It's 1-2.
You know, that's what Salazar did. I'm sure he was looking first pitch 95 fastball. He got a hanging slider, and he ends up hitting it out because he was in swing mode early in the count.
One, two. That's foul the other way. Two and two.
Come on, Jason.
Bud Black stops Wade LeBlanc at about 95 to 100 pitches too. So
he's there now in the mid-90s. This is away with a change-up, and it's a full count. Padres have had Ryan Webb busy down in their bullpen. He's been tossing a little bit, checking some scouting reports. Bartlett is out on strikes. One out in the 6th. Let's go to Todd Callis.
Dwayne, tomorrow, Friday Fest here at Tropicana Field, presented by Captain Morgan. And this is going to involve you and Kevin as well. You're going to be out on the Captain Morgan deck. So right field will be on your left field will be on your right. You'll be calling the game from center field amongst the fans. And the first 10,000 women receive a light blue Rays t-shirt. Tantra concert after the game tomorrow. All weekend long, we've got stuff going on. This is the t-shirt for the first 10,000 ladies tomorrow. Then on Saturday, we'll do our pregame show outside of Gate 4. And on Saturday as well, there's a concert, Bare Naked Ladies. Don't forget about the Evan Longoria bobblehead on Sunday. And look at that David Price bobblehead as well. They keep doing some artwork on Price. Yesterday, they gave him a mustache. Today, he's got the eye black. And on the eye black, it's got the area code 615. That happens to be the area code of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So some creative artists in the house. Guys, back to you.
And we'll look forward to all of those. And we're grateful to you for coordinating our fashion statements of our shirts and now our location as well. Thanks for letting us know where we're supposed to report.
I'm just going to follow Todd wherever he tells me to go. Haven't been out there yet. It's going to be fun tomorrow.
Jack takes a pitch away.
I thought I read that as we're going to be among 10,000 ladies. I guess that was the second bullet point of it.
Yeah, that was it. Up the right side. If it's fair, it's extra bases. It is a fair ball. Renyak on his way to second, and he will stop there. So a two-base hit for Reed Renyak. The Rays have taken a 4-3 lead, and now they have another man in scoring position.
Take a look. They're trying to stay away from him, away, and this one just rides back over the middle of the plate. He gets through it. Nice sharp double in the corner right here. Just fair.
With this double, Bud Black, the skipper of the Padres, is out of the dugout on his way to the mound. Pitching change coming. Brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all. Rays teaming up with the Skills Center, a local nonprofit sports-based youth development organization, for an equipment drive at Tropicana Field coming up Saturday and Sunday. That's this Saturday and Sunday. Pitch in by bringing any baseball equipment inside gates 1 or 4 on either day. Collection stations will be open through the second inning. Pitching change. The Rays will get a look at Ryan Webb, the 24-year-old right-hander. Yeah, he's pitching at home here.
Yep, been in 20 games. Look at that ERA, 0.71. 180 batting average against. He is a hard sinker ball pitcher. You can get it up to 95. Good slider as well.
Out of Clearwater Central Catholic High School, and his dad Hank pitched in the big leagues for the Mets and the Dodgers. Faces B.J. Upton, and the pitch is up. Brignac at second with 1 out.
Got underneath that slider. B.J. likes those hanging sliders.
The pitch is high. Fastball up there, 2-0. Padres got Webb out of the Oakland organization just about a year ago. Tough to miss. 2-1.
Now BJ was taking a shot at one right there, trying to hit one out. Nothing wrong with that. One shot at it. Little slider. A better one, though. A better tilt to it.
Eckstein trying to hold Brignac close to second. And BJ shoots it foul up the right side. A fastball, and that one got to the mid-90s.
Yeah, that's what he can get to. 95, 96. That was a good one right there.
A 2-2 count.
Another big run out there for the Rays.
BJ pops this one foul right side. Salazar chasing it, but he runs out of room and right into the stands after that one.
He acted like he got it. Little acting job there. He didn't fool Marty Foster, first base umpire.
I'll tell you, that's a pretty good job of coming up with any baseball in the aftermath of that one.
He's very observant.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. 2 is high. Fastball runs the count to 3-2. And Webb up with the Padres for part of last year. In 28 games with 2-1 with a 386. Number is outstanding this year. BJ hits a ground ball toward the middle. Eckstein from back of the bag at second makes the play. He was shaded that way anyway. And so Brignac advances to third as Upton is out, second to first.
Yeah, he sure was, because he was treating Reed Brignac like it was Carl Crawford out there. He was almost holding him on before he would fade away from the bag. And when he dropped back to his position, he didn't get all the way back, so he got to this ball pretty easily. Otherwise, it might have been a base hit. You can see where he is, a couple of big hops. There's that wind-up throw of his and gets it over there almost on a bounce.
Ben Zobrist takes the pitch down. Ben has walked and singled. He was a late addition to the Rays lineup. Crawford left with the left shoulder issue. Two 2-0 the count. 3-1. Rays trying to add to their lead. It stands at 1 right now as we play in the bottom of inning 6.
Ben got a good look at his slider right there, so he's seen his fastball and his slider now.
It's a little bit close. Fastball off the plate, 3-1.
And threw a 2-0 slider. See if he comes back 3-1 and throws a slider as well, even though Evans on deck.
And it's fouled back. It's a fastball.
Yep.
The count is full.
Fastball away. A little bit of tailing action to it. Good swing by Ben.
And a foul tip strikeout. He got him with a fastball to retire the side, but the Rays come up with a lead on the leadoff home run in the 6th inning off the bat of Kelly Shopping. We go to the 7th, 4-3 Tampa Bay. Sign up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers strike out 10 hitters in a home game, log on to CaneStrikeoutContest.com. Get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Get the Canes today. Will Venable will open the 7th against Matt Garza. Matt with 5 strikeouts. He's given up 3 runs, 5 hits. Venable has an infield hit on the day. He takes a pitch down.
He's the other main power source in this lineup. Got some big sock. Good fastball hitter.
Takes a cut of a fastball and misses. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, he got long on that one. That was a long swing. He was looking to hit it in the right field seats. Effective pitch, as it turned out, by being up and out of the zone.
Two balls and a strike. Rays have out hit San Diego 11-5, leading 4-3. Blanc made 101 pitches for San Diego, and the Rays got 4 runs, 11 hits, and a walk off him. He also hit a man. Struck out 3. The Rays have hit 2 home runs today. Upton and Shopping.
Big pitch right here for Matt Garza, because he doesn't want to get behind 3-1. If Venable ends up walking, he can steal a base. So it's a big pitch. One-run game right here.
2-1. And he misses. 3 balls and a strike.
It's the right idea to try to hit the outside corner. It's missed. It's the right call.
And the foul ball will run the count full. That's a fastball. Matt has put together a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings back to back. He also got the Padres in order in the 3rd. No runs a hit in the 1st. All 3 runs came in the 2nd. Harrison's base hit drove in Venable, and Salazar hit the home run. In fact, the first 2 hitters he's facing here in the 7th have 3 of the 5 hits collected. And a liner into left, and that's going to be a base hit. On a hop in front of Zobrist. So Venable is 2 for 3. And that bat splintered, and it got a part of a Field and Colbreth. Let's check to see if he's okay. Harker's going to come out, the Rays training staff, to take a look. We've seen a couple bats explode today, and part of this one got a piece of Field and Colbert.
Yeah, he was trying to go away. This ball kind of ran back in. He still sawed him off. He drops it into right field for the hit, but look at that. Look at this bat right here. Full swing, and then watch the head of the bat right off the left, like the kneecap. Just above the kneecap. Full swing right there.
So he appears to be okay.
What's that kind of wood is San Diego using?
Yeah, it's exploding wood.
Yeah,
at this point.
Well, now you're in a small ball situation here.
Jerry Hairston Jr. is 2 for 2, and Venable, who can run, is the man at first.
Yep, Venable likes to run. 14 bags, 14 stolen bases.
And misses inside. Padres have the leadoff man on for only the 2nd time today. Tony Gwynn opened the ball game with a base hit into right. And now a base hit for Venable here to open the 7th. Over to first, and Venable is back in. Padres, a balk called here. And the Rays were upset last night on the balk called against Shields, and Garza is upset here.
Wow.
And Joe Madden's going to come out. The balk call last night turned out to be fairly critical.
Sure did.
And that led to a run in the 7th inning of the game last night.
Now, I mean, I know you got to show distance and direction. You got to step, but you know, these are moves like James Shields said. It's a move he makes all the time. He's never been called in his career on it. So that I agree with him on that. Now what's happening here? Joe just wants to know what he did. You can't argue box. You get kicked out as a manager. He just wants to know what he did all of a sudden. Unbelievable, almost identical situation as yesterday.
Yeah. And kind of a long distance conversation, and now Cedarstrom strides in from second base as Colbert comes out. And Madden has has been ejected, and Madden was being demonstrative toward Garza, and Cedarstrom came into the mound, and now with the ejection, Madden will say whatever he wants.
You know, a balk is supposed to be called if you deceive the runner. I mean, Venable didn't get deceived. He got back easily. He had a one-way lead. That's all that was. And Garza does what he normally does. James Shields yesterday does what he normally does. These guys haven't been called all year on it, and now all of a sudden 2 games in a row of ticky-tack balk is being called. I understand if a guy starts and stops or something like that. I don't blame Joe Madden for getting kicked out. You can't argue box, and he wanted to argue it, and he also brought up, I'm sure, yesterday's balk to Field and Kubras, and Cedarstrom kicks him out.
So here's the ball.
I don't get it.
And you know, Madden is a creative guy. When Cedarstrom came in, he became very demonstrative here toward Garza. And as Cedarstrom eavesdropped on the conversation, didn't like what he heard, and ejected Madden.
That was great. I love it.
Meanwhile, back to play, and Harrison Jr. fouls the pitch back. Here it is. This is a great technique.
It's awesome. He did everything he could to let the umpire know that he missed
talking to my pitcher
both calls, and he's talking to Matt. It didn't work, but I don't blame Joe. That is very much ticky-tack. I mean, you got to step. They'll tell you you got to step toward first base. Good pitch.
That's a strike call.
How many times have we seen that third to first move by the opposition? In fact, we mentioned this last homestand, and the guy picks up his front leg and doesn't step and then throws back to first to try to keep our runners there. That's a balk. I mean, on that move, you've got to step toward third and then throw back to first in that first and third situation. But that was not deceiving the runner.
Ground ball, shortstop.
Hit him.
Now they have Venable hung. Bartlett to Longoria. Out there to get a chance for 2. He is out at second base. The Rays turn it into a double play. They froze the runner Venable to begin with. Nicely done by the Rays infield to eliminate all the base runners.
Well, that was something in the Rays' favor. Finally, something went their way because Venable made a huge mistake. The ball was hit sharply to Bartlett, and he got caught in between. He started to break it first, got caught, then he tried to get in a rundown, but they closed fast. Nice job by Longoria in a tag and a quick flip to Brignac. Huge double play.
That's a 6-5-4 double play started by Bartlett, Longoria, and Brignac.
Well, see, Joe getting kicked out. Sometimes it turns the tide. And sometimes as managers, you got to do that. I'm serious, actually. I know I'm having fun here with it, but seriously. You get so frustrated, ticky-tack calls like that.
Here's Salazar swinging through the first pitch. Strike 1. Venable had opened with a base hit, and then the disputed balk call. Actually, the dispute was made directly from Madden to Garza, but Cedarstrom didn't like Madden talking about his umpiring and ejected him. 1-1.
Well, Davey
That's
can
a
handle
great
it.
technique, I'll tell you.
Davey can handle it the rest of the way. Well, he had to because he went out last night and did the right thing. He didn't get kicked out, but you just want to know what he did. That's what you want to know. That's the first thing you learn in managing. You can't argue balk calls directly if you get kicked out, but I don't blame Joe for this one today.
Breaking ball there didn't miss by much to Salazar.
And the balk rule, as it states, is really about deceiving the runner. That was in no way deceiving the runner. Neither was James Shields. Those are just typical throwovers. If you buckled your leg first and then did it, that's different. You know, that's deceiving the runner. Famous balk move. Flinch the leg and then do it like you're going to go home and then go to first. That's different. That's not what these guys did.
Pitch is outside, and it's 3-1. Third time Madden has been ejected. Second time this month. Davey Martinez, bench coach, now taking over. And a strike on the outside edge. Fastball that runs the count full.
That's a nice pitch and a nice job by Shopik to freeze it again right there. Make sure he gets it. Just kind of keep it right there, just slightly. Don't jerk it in hard, just slightly. That's what he did. Kind of just caress the ball a little bit and just slightly freeze it there for a beat. Give the umpire a good look.
Randy Choate, the lefty. Grant Balfour, the right-hander. It's a full count, 3-2. And a line drive caught by Longoria. A slider, and Salazar is out of there. Evan timing his leap perfectly. And the Padres are finished in the seventh. Seventh inning stretch time. The Rays lead this game 4-3. Madden has been ejected. Coming in ahead in the bottom of the seventh inning. Look at that play by Longoria. Great leaping ability right there.
Sure was. And you know what? That was another little bit of a hanging slider there that Salazar was all over. Great play by Evan to save a double.
So we go to the Rays half of the inning. They're facing Ryan Webb. Evan Longoria will lead it off. Pena and then Ibar to follow. Evan 3 for 3 today. And the pitch is down. A ball and no strikes. Well, the ejection and then that double play followed by the catch by Longoria. So the energy level spiked a bit there in the top half of the seventh for the Rays.
You know, that's exactly the right word, too. That's what I was feeling right there. I mean, all of a sudden Garza got pumped up through some strikes and got a nice ground ball to Bartlett. They doubled off Venable in the rundown, and then a bullet hit to Evan, and he leaped like a basketball player, made a great play.
Oh, and they say Longoria went around. It's 1-2. Garza. I don't know how you explain that. Wow. fastball, and it's 2-2. Webb with a very good arm out there. And that one a little off the plate to a slider, and the count is full.
Yeah, Evans getting some good reads on some of these pitches. He's finally laying off some of these. Making sure he doesn't get it. Those are balls. Good takes right there.
3-2. He fouls a fastball. Forcing another one. Wade LeBlanc worked 5 1/3, and Webb came on at the last 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Hey, can I get that ball for the pitch?
This one is shot up the right side, foul.
Good at bat.
That was a slider he fouled there. Two again, and again a foul ball. Fastball in that time. And long foul. Fastball in, and Evans jumped on it. Hit it a long way. Foul.
He's reading every pitch so far in this at bat. He's seen everything.
And one more time, foul. Right side this time.
Webb getting frustrated. Evans fouling off some good pitches.
It's been a 10-pitch at bat so far for Longoria. And a wave and a miss. That was a slider. And he's out on strikes. He's 11 pitches in that at bat.
Yeah, this was a ball up and in. And Evan chased it. He knows it.
Now Carlos Pena. Carlos looking for his first hit today. 0 for 3, a couple strikeouts. All of that against starting pitcher. Now against the right-hander. A strike to start him.
He did make contact in the 5th, though, and that ground ball to second with the shift on. Eliminated a double play, and it put runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Set it up for Ibar's bloop single to tie it. Sure, he'd like to lose one right here.
That's away. Fastball out there, 1-1. Getting their first look at Ryan Webb, as they were against the left-handed starter Wade LeBlanc today. The 2-1 count. That's a strike call. That pitch.
Another slider right there, crosses right at the knees, says Fox Tracks.
2-2. Here it is to Pena. Fouls the fastball out of play. Rays scored 2 in the 5th to tie. They got 1 in the 6th to take the lead. That came on Shopik's home run. There's a high fly ball deep to left. Back goes Cunningham, looking up, and that one is gone. An opposite field home run for Carlos Pena. Number 16 for Pena, and that gives the Rays a 2-run lead. It's 5-3.
Well, we talked about that last homestand. Being pitched away, go the other way. He is so strong. He just got a center. This ball's a little bit up, but it's on the outside corner, and he just makes contact. They're actually trying to go in. They missed location. Carlos knew he had it right away. I had a feeling he wanted to lose one here in his at-bat. He did. Big run right there.
Willie Ibar takes a strike. So the Rays got the home run from Shopik to take the lead, and now a home run from Pena to make it a 2-run advantage. 1-1 to count.
That's a big cushion, big insurance run right there. Keep grinding, keep going.
It's the first home run of the year given up by Webb. He's ahead of Ibar, 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rays now with a dozen hits. They've had hits and base runners in every inning. And a good look by Ibar, 3-2.
Yeah, he's laying off some tough pitches. Good at bat so far. It's a sinker away.
Oh, and strike 3 call. That's the second out. Third strikeout for Webb. The Mosaic Company and the Rays working together in the fight to end hunger through home runs for food. Each Rays home run this season, the Mosaic Company donates $500 to local food banks through Feeding America Tampa Bay, Florida's leading hunger relief agency. To date, Home Runs for Food has donated $34,000. Feeding America, Tampa Bay. John Rodriguez. This is a slider right there. Strike 1.
Well, that pitch to Ibar, I mean, Webb's just missing location and getting lucky. He was trying to go away with the sinker, and he threw one of those 2 seamers that hit the inside corner.
Strike, the fastball. 1-2. It's down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Rays led 1-0, then trailed 3-1. Tied it 2 in the 5th. Believe the run in the 6th. They have another run in the 7th. Rodriguez lays off a slider there. 2-2. Strike 3 call, a fastball outside edge. So Webb strikes out the side, but Pena gets him for a home run, his 16th of the year, and the Rays lead 5-3. This afternoon, we go to the 8th. Don't forget, for all the latest updates on the Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse and everywhere in between, you'll get in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. Matt Garza has made 97 pitches through 7. And he now has a 5-3 lead. Aaron Cunningham, the number 9 hitter, is going to open the 8th. Quinn and Eckstein due to follow. The Rays a couple of arms up in the bullpen again. Cunningham today 0 for 2 with a strikeout and out on a bunt attempt to third in the 5th inning. Fastball by him. 1 strike to count.
Yeah, good location there, because you know that Cunningham's a first ball hitter. And he chased the ball. Pretty good pitch, though, by Matt. Ball just off the outside corner.
It's popped back foul. Another fastball. Out of play it goes. 2 strikes. Rays started the day 2.5 back of New York. The Yankees do not play, and the Red Sox play later on in Colorado. One ball, 2 strikes. Former Ray Jason Hamill is 5-3. Will pitch for the Rockies against the Red Sox. And Daisuke Matsuzaka will go to the mound for Boston. Matsuzaka is 5-2.
That'll be a long game in Colorado. Daisuke.
Yep.
He doesn't like contact.
Line drive into left, and it will be caught by Rodriguez. That's the first out.
Hey, you're counting outs now. 5 outs to go. Got bullpen help behind you. Here's Matt Garza. Good strike him out right there. The slider. Power to fastball up. There's an excellent slider. Great tilt on that one. Paint outside corner. Another good slider there to Salazar. That's for the strikeout. Been a good outing for Matt Garza. Much more to control his delivery, too. He has his leading with the hips better, going directional toward home plate with his head. Not falling off dramatically. A couple times earlier in the game, but more under control today.
Tony Gwynn shortens on the bat, drawing Longoria in. The pitch is a ball. 1-0.
You got Randy Choate ready for Adrian Gonzalez. Hopefully Adrian doesn't even hit this inning. He's ready. Randy on the left there, your screen. Grant Balfour on the right.
And the pitch is upstairs.
What's wrong with that? Too much plate?
2-0. Garza, 1 out into the 8th. That's a strike. Now 2-1. Matt coming off the short outing his last time, short innings, an inning and a third. He made over 70 pitches in an inning and a third in that one.
Yeah, he's almost at about 68, 69% strikes today.
And the bunt. Garza off the mound, and he'll flip it to Pena. Glenn is out of there. So the bunt attempt. 2 gone. Base is empty, and let's go to Todd.
Special birthday today, Dwayne, for Andrew Spare. He's had a tough go of it since leaving the Navy. He's in the green shirt there with the green balloon behind him. He was in the Navy, had some complications that ended up resulting in a heart transplant in 2007. Now in the last year, he was back at Tampa General Hospital on a heart and lung machine for 5 days. Good news is he's out. He's feeling great. And for Father's Day, he bought his dad tickets right here, the Avant Air first row. And there they are, Kurt Spare and Andrew Spare in the green shirt celebrating his 30th birthday. Great Rays fan, and we're happy he is through a lot of medical problems. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, great report. And we thank him for his service. And we're happy to have them here in attendance at this game this afternoon. Eckstein fouls one out of play. That's a strike. David Eckstein 0 for 3. And Matt up to 106 strikes now.
Yeah, 106 and 73 for strikes. He is really pounding the zone today. That's well above Major League average. Major League average around 62, 63%. There it is, 107 and 73 strikes. Excellent. Of course, he started out in the first inning with 13 strikes of his first 14 pitches. So he set the tone early.
Fly ball center field. DJ's right there, and that takes care of San Diego. He's retired 12 of the last 13 to face him. Rays lead 5-3. Of the 8th inning, let's take a look at this afternoon's Miller Lite. Tastes great in this moment. Besides this one, that's a great moment.
Nice.
But how about this? Kelly Shopik has a history of big-time success against left-handed pitching, and he belted that home run there off Wade LeBlanc.
Well, it's paid off today. That was the difference in the game. It made it a 4-3 game at the time, and of course Carlos Pena hit one for good measure. A couple of runs is the differential right now, 5-3, as Kelly's looking for his 4th hit today.
He'll face a right-hander this time. Edward Mojica is in the game, replacing Ryan Webb. And Shopik faces the right-hander. First pitch is a bit high.
You think the cycle's doable? Triple?
Why not? Hey, he got a single, a double, and a home run.
Find a gap and somebody fall down out there.
Well, I'm going to root for him as
why not?
As a catcher.
Always.
We'd love to have a triple out of him.
Absolutely.
Ball, 1 strike. Shopik single in the 2nd. He doubled off the right field wall in the 4th and hit a home run over the left field wall his last time up in the 6th inning. Puts him down in the count. 1-2. Shopik has never had a triple in the major leagues. In fact, The last triple he had was in the minor leagues in 2003.
Well,
so
good time for
we're
it.
flying in the face of the odds here. It's 2-2, but he did have 3 triples in the minor leagues.
Well, he's had one before. He knows how to get to third from home plate.
And a cut and a miss. He's out on strikes to start the home half of the 8th.
Those are sliders right there by Mujica. He's got good stuff, too. Every one of these relievers for the Padres. #1 bullpen in baseball as far as ERA. 2.54 combined.
Jason Bartlett up here. One out, the base is empty. There's a strike. Ryan Webb worked an inning in 2/3. The Rays got a run on the home run by Pena. He struck out 4 in an inning in 2/3. 1-1. 4 runs off Wade LeBlanc, the starting pitcher. Two-on the count.
We'll get another run, get a base runner here. Chasing on. Fastball away.
It's popped back at first. Salazar after it and had it fall off the edge of that big first baseman's mitt. He knew he was getting close to the stands, not quite sure, and just a little bit of a divided attention cost him making that catch.
Yeah, new life right here. He's tracking it. He's got a beat on it. Off the tip of his glove. He tracked it all the way. I thought maybe he took his eye off it for a second. He did not. He just missed it.
Bartlett fouls it into the screen. Jason is out on strikes. So that pitch disappeared on him. A couple of strikeouts here. Arizona Diamondbacks coming in, and it'll be the battle of the Upton brothers. We'll be with you tomorrow at 6:30 on Sun Sports in high definition. Jeff Neiman will make the start for the Rays, and the former Ray, Edwin Jackson, will pitch for Arizona. So that'll be fun with the Upton brothers squaring off.
His brother is very, very talented, too. Got big time power.
Brignac fouls away a fastball, strike 1. The Neiman, Price, and Davis for the Rays in that series. Friday's a 7:10 first pitch, and then Saturday at 4:05 and Sunday at 1:40, and all of those games on Sun Sports. Now Brignac lifts a fly ball to the opposite field. Cunningham makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3-8. We go to the 9th. 5-3 Rays. go to the ninth inning. Reminder to stop in to your local Hess Express. Grab the 2010 race pocket schedule. That will include a $5 off coupon for a pair of lower level tickets to see the Rays on Saturday nights. Hess Express is the presenting partner of the Rays 2010 Summer Concert Series here at Tropicana Field. New pitcher for the Rays, the closer, Rafael Soriano.
Yeah, the Rays go right to their closer with a 2-run lead. And Randy choked for Gonzalez. Gonzalez, as you mentioned earlier, hits better anyway against lefties. So gives Soriano a little cushion here with a 2-run lead.
First pitch is outside. Yeah, Gonzalez came into this game hitting a little over .330 against lefties, .307 against right-handers. You see the numbers on Soriano, very good.
Absolutely, 16 saves, ERA at 1.4.
Strike, it's 1-1.
Well, I think too, I'm just thinking from a managing standpoint, the last thing you want is if Randy doesn't for some reason get Gonzalez out, then you got to bring Soriano up with no margin for error because the tying run comes to the plate.
And a ground ball to first. It's handled by Pena and assisted. One away. Let's check in one more time with Todd Callis.
Well, Dwayne, we are getting ready for the Rays Live postgame show. We will hear from the guy that Davey Martinez replaced as today's manager, Joe Madden, with his postgame press conference. Also, we're going to have our answer to our Auto-Way text poll question of the day, which says, who's going to be the leader in the AL East come All-Star break? Is it going to be the Yankees, the Rays, the Red Sox? Text your votes to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply, guys.
One away in the ninth. Hundley. Right now, the Rays and the Red Sox 2.5 back of the Yankees. If the Rays can nail this one down, they'll be 2 back, and the Red Sox play tonight against the Rockies in Denver. Ground ball to short by Hundley. Bartlett's go to first, 2 up and 2 down. So the Rays are out away from taking the final game of this series.
Good fastball down and a nice play by Bartlett. He read the hops, backed up a bit to get a true hop, and then threw a strike over there to Carlos Pena. That was a nice play. Under control. I knew he had time to do that.
Chase Headley to the hitter. The Rays Live, the post game coming up when our coverage is complete. Pitch is down. Crowd of 21,877 in the ballpark here at Tropicana Field today.
Pretty good crowd for a noon game. Not bad.
And a lot of youngsters here. It's always fun with them.
Yeah.
Make a little extra noise.
On their color coordinated shirts out there, different sections. Representing their groups.
1-1 to count. There's a strike by Soriano.
Nice.
Soriano making his first appearance since the Saturday 11-inning game against the Marlins in North Miami. The 1-2. He got it. Strike 3 call. A fastball at the knees. It's all over, and the Rays win this one. 1-2-3 go the Padres. And the Rays take this one 5-3. Matt Garza is going to get the win, his 8th of the year. He is 8-5. LeBlanc, the losing pitcher, 4-5. Soriano picks up his 17th save in 18 opportunities. Took 2 hours and 59 minutes to play it before that crowd of 21,877. And Kevin, the last pitch.
Yeah, too close to take in any game. We've talked about that all night long. Good fastball, was a little bit away, but too close to take. You got to try to foul that off. Nice job by Soriano.
Now the Rays win their 43rd game of the year. They go to 43-29, and they move to within 2 games now of the division leading New York Yankees. They're 6th interleague victory of the year. It has been a bit of a challenge for the Rays in interleague, and they have 3 left with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona coming in over the weekend here for the 3-game series. But a big victory for the Rays, a 5-3 final. It was Kelly Shoppach's home run that gave him the lead. Todd Callis is standing by with Kelly right now.
Dwayne, thank you so much. Kelly, you're facing a left-hander who you haven't seen before. You know he probably has that changeup, that good changeup. What's your approach when you go against a guy like Wade LeBlanc today? Secret approach?
I can't tell you.
Wow.
Then everyone will know.
So you went up there with some sort of approach, but you can't let the fans in on it. We won't see him for another 3 years.
Well, yeah, but maybe other lefties like him. Well, no.
Hey, what about the secret of the stirrups? It seemed like that was a good luck charm for some of them.
I haven't worn my pants up since a sophomore in high school when I punched out 4 times.
What?
So today I was really shocked, but to be honest with you, it was the batting gloves that Hank Blaylock gave me. All white batting gloves. I mean, a lot of credit goes to him. And Davey Martinez's BP yesterday, really good.
So it was a combination of the new gloves from Hank and then Davey Martinez threw some great BP?
Exactly.
What about Matt Garza? We saw him struggle in his last start down in South Florida. Today, it looked like he was heading down that road again, but he turned it around. What was the key for him getting back on track?
Well, you know what? I think for some reason, I don't know what he, maybe the 3rd or 4th, you know, he just said, hey, man, I've got to attack the zone with fastballs. And really from that point on, he did. You know, and that needs to be his MO all the time because his fastball is so good. You know, once he starts to impose that on opposing teams, you know, he's going to have more success that way.
Joe's always talked about that. He feels like he could almost throw a complete game with just his fastball. Is that good?
Yeah, you know, and sometimes you're too good for your own good. You know, his secondary pitches are so good, he wants to throw them, you know, and sometimes he doesn't need to. So, you know, it's a long haul here. You know, we have never needed a pitcher to win us 10 games in June. We need him to win in September.
Very well said. One final question. Was that one of the more amusing mound visits that you've been a part of?
Yeah, I mean, for a balk, Garza sure got chewed out really good.
Nice job, Kelly. There you have it. Kelly Shoppach, guys, after a 3-for-4 game, including a home run. Back to you.
That's what makes those catchers so entertaining. They're so cagey, as we've come to know here over the last year plus.
Not going to tell our secrets.
Rays are winners 5-3. Back in a moment.